It's Mother's Day in a week, so come and make daffodil sculptures with me. For this, you'll need hexagonal stainless steel chicken wire, which is 17 across and 7 up in holes. And you will need 8mm straight stainless steel wire, which is about 40 centimeters long, which you'll need 4 pieces of, a pair of needle nose pliers, a pair of snips, and a drill. You don't necessarily need a drill, but this bit is much easier, which we're just winding up the stem here. So put all 4 pieces in and just drill, holding the end really tight. So the important part of this is making the actual stems itself. So every third hole, we're cutting 3 cuts. So 1, 2, 3. And then the next thing we need to do is take away the loose bits of wire here, so it's not sharp. And you could leave them on. This is the worst part of making the sculptures, but other than that, it's okay. So the next stage is we're just going to roughly shape the ends of the petals with our fingers, just so it makes it a little bit easier later on. So we're just going to push the ends together, and then any sharp bits that are left, we're just going to squeeze with our pliers, just so they're not poking out and sharp for our fingers. And there we are, we can see all 6 petals ready there. So the next stage is to fold it about 1 3/4 of the way down, so you're then left with like a triangle shape on top, which you give it a good squeeze with your hands and then a good squeeze with the pliers to make it as flat as possible. And then next we're just going to prepare the stem, so we're going to pull out 1 piece to the side, which will actually hold it together later, and then we're just going to curve over the edges so they kind of look like the part that holds the pollen inside the flower. And then we're going to poke it through the first petal, making sure the fold is on the inside of this, and then we're just going to kind of make it a bit of a bend facing towards where you're now going to roll up. That makes sense. We're going to roll up the flower, and we're going to try and push that part from the stem through each time. This bit can be a little bit tricky, but if you just take your time, you'll get it easily. And then when it comes to the end, so you should have a bit left poking through, and hopefully it'll be near where you've actually ended the roll, and then you can just pull that bit round and then just poke it in somewhere, which will then hold the shape of the actual inside of the flower. As you can see there, mine's held together. So the next thing to do is pull out the petals, making sure you pull them out in the order that it's been rolled, so not getting ones out underneath the others. At the moment, don't worry too much about the actual placing, because now we're going to bend them into a better place so they're more evenly spread out. And then we're going to get our pliers again, and we're just going to twist the ends of the petals together so they make a nice tip and they all hold together nicely, so they're not any loose bits of wire anywhere. Then we're going to do that to all 6 petals. This bit can be a bit tedious, but it's really necessary. So the next step is to bend up the ends so they're a bit more of their actual realistic flower shape. And then we're going to get our plier again, and on the inside of it we're going to bend out just the edges, just so they're a little bit I guess you'd say drooped, but yeah, just so they're a little bit folded over, which is again more realistic to the shape of a daffodil. And that's that bit there, and then we're just going to make sure we're happy with the shape, and then at the bottom as well you'll have some sharp bits, of which we're going to just fold over in on itself, which will again give the actual structure of a flower a little bit more strength and a little less pointiness. So again, we're just going to check the shape, make sure we're happy with it, make sure we're happy with where the petals are, and then you can snip the stem shorter if you wanted to, and we're just going to bend over just at the end, just because obviously daffodils face sideways. And that is it. Goodbye.